Hello and welcome to the Quebber channel. I'm Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful, splendiferous day. I am happy, very happy. When it comes to the list of items, there's certain items that I've purchased or been gifted in the past 4 or 5 years which have actually made massive differences to my coping strategy, that have done such big positive improvements on my mental health that they outweigh everything else. For example, the Valve Index in 2019, joining VRchat and starting to go on there. The mobility scooter, the Steam Deck, all of these little bits and pieces have been major steps in my future. My goal of staying independent, of keeping my brain focused, of being able to function every day. These are major areas. Give me a sec. Now it looks like the server downstairs is another one of those, because I spent yesterday most of it downstairs tweaking and messing and setting it up. It's now in a much better position. It is running Windows Server 2022. It has Discord on there. I'm currently copying over my movie files and that so that I can do a lot of setting it up, because that's going to take the place of my temporary NAS, my laptop. It's also going to be what would be classed as a suboptimal gaming system. Any computer can be a gaming system. I've got my my little my Panasonic Toughbook that is like, it's only a dual core 4-threaded system, and it's slow as hell, but I still have over 100 games on it that run fine, and it's called my Apocalypse gaming rig. It is still a gaming system, and yeah, this server is going to be a gaming server. The reason I chose Windows Server 2022 is I love Windows 10, and 2022 is very light and completely streamlined, no bloatware at all, none of the normal Windows bullshit. Super hyper, more powerful and more control version of Windows 10. It feels just like I'm using Windows 10 when I use it. So I'm currently installing all that downstairs. Again, all working. I managed to take control of the fans and stop them from trying to murder me via noise. They were very loud. Now it's so quiet that I could actually move the system and have it in my bedroom, while my gaming room, my safe space with me, which would be nice. I don't know whether I will, but that's the choice I have. The thing is, the wonderful thing about an industries type server like this is it's nothing like your consumer grade PC. It will last 10 to 15 years. Physically, they're so reliable. And so how I got this set up is this. At the moment, the idea is that I'm going to, first of all, get a Quadro graphics card for it, so I can do transcoding and everything for the Plex system. Then after that is going to be an idea of getting a USB card, maybe even a Thunderbolt 3 card connected to it, and a sound card of some kind, or I'll use one of my expansion point slots on it, just to plug in one of my headsets and that, because the damn thing is going to be used as a gaming system. It is going to be used as a gaming system. I am going to install OBS on it. I am going to set up systems on it so that it can do these things. And generally, I am going to have some bloody good fun. I've got expansion ideas for this system that are basically 2, 3, 4 years into the future. Although this is a prototype. What a prototype thing for me. Because, for example, let's say if I save up and in every year, the last generation of servers, the big places all replace them. So, for example, you've got the idea that in a year's time, I might add a 740 or a 750 if their prices have gone down enough. And more to do with storage prices. So that I've got a whole path of upgrades I want to do to this particular server, and then upgrades I want to do to other versions of the server, and see just what can be done, what you can get out of them. Because this server is beautiful. I love it. I could play with it all day. I'll be going downstairs and messing with it and tweaking it all through the day. It's going to take a few days for it to take over all the roles of my NAS, but that's okay. That's not a big thing. I am enjoying myself. It isn't just about having something shiny. This is like a top layer coping strategy that just is like fun as hell and makes me very, very happy. So I'm going to be doing that and see what I can push it on. I want it basically to be able to do everything in the house, from gaming, and yes, I know the limitations. I know the limitations of a Xeon processor. Xeon processors are wonderful for multi-threading tasks and all that kind of thing. The ace at that kind of thing. Single-threaded, which a lot of games are, they're quite weak. This is why I say a suboptimal, I love that term, someone on Home Lab used it, a suboptimal gaming experience. Because you can game on them, but you've got to be sensible. You would not pair these Xeon processors with a 3090 or even a 3060 Ti. This is why I've gone with the Quadro P2200. It's a 5GB VRAM card. It's a workhorse used for CAD and stuff like that, and workstations a few generations back. But it does have transcoding built into it and stuff like that. Ability, hardware transcoding. So for the Plex and everything, it'll work fine. And it'll probably equate... Don't quote me on... I need to just take a look at this. Give me a sec, because I have to look at a website. I will pause this. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Okay, so the Quadro P2200 is equivalent, a little bit less. It came out in 2019. It's a little bit less than a 1060. Now, that might think, oh my God, why would you do that? Well, the thing is this. As I said, Xeon processors are weak. You don't want to pair it with anything that's good. So a P2200 will not only do all of a little bit of AI stuff, a little bit of what would I call it? A little bit of transcoding for Plex and media and all those things, but it also has a little bit of ability. So it's equivalent. It could run stuff like easily from like 2015, 2016, 2007. You know, a lot of the games I play are older games, and the Quadro could play anything really non AAA. I don't play AAA titles. Doesn't mean I've got thousands of games that will play on older systems. So by pairing the two, there isn't really a bottleneck. Let me just check something for you. So the processor I have is equivalent to about a AMD Ryzen 3 1300. But it has much more cores, so even though it's very weak per core, it's got all the other cores. So single threaded, it's equivalent to a 1300 or round about that. So it can game, and it can game in stuff from like 2015, 16, 17, 18, even stuff from 2019, which I love those kind of games anyway. So it's still a gaming system that I can settle. But I'm not fooling myself that it's an optimal gaming system. I have this system here for that. So, bye-bye for now. I'm going to go downstairs.